said that much, the next point. Next point is this. The pastor whose job is to inspire, to move, to promote heavenly concepts for his spiritual son or daughter. Pastor is handling a realm where the soul understands more than words can say. They say this, that music is the closest to the soul because music is bound up with time. Ears are bound up with time, while sight, eyes, with space. Space is bound up with materialism or with the idea of extending oneself out. While soul or sound or music is on the contrary, goes inside. Therefore, the pastor in an Orthodox church is sort of a priest of arts, where he utilizes that element of aesthetic aspect in order to save a soul. The very whole idea of saving a soul indicates by this phrase that there is something ugly from which he takes the soul away and brings it some kind of harmonious beauty. The pastor, as I said, is a priest of these arts within the church, and therefore the church, the external aspect of the church, is adorned with beauty. As a rule, Orthodox principle, starting from Byzantium, of course, in ancient times, but Byzantium was necessary when Christians became free. They were able to express that pathos, that feeling, that a state of apprehending reality, which they had formed in their mind while in catacombs. The sound of angelic singing, the movement of spiritual movements in their community had to be expressed so that the mobs, the unchristian, unsuffering souls that have been outside the barbaric world, that they will have to understand. That's why with Byzantium, the beginning occurs with Christians to adorn the temples in such a way that the mere entrance, the mere looks inside, whatever occurs, will hint at the other world from which Jesus came. Therefore, the architectural structure of the temple, a church, although basically is that of the Old Testament, you know, the temple, the Holy of Holies, and the court, it's from there. But now they had to use that in order to convey a worldly message to those people who are far away from this experience. And therefore, the usage of, let's say, pictorial art, the icons. Icons are window to heaven, sure, but they are visual aids. They are implements by which a message comes across. When a person came in the beginning with Byzantium church, they would come in, the first thing he's baffled with the depiction of saints or scenes in the Old Testament or New Testament, Jesus, Mother of God's angels and saints. His eyesight received a message of the gospel. But it was, the attempt was not just to make a picture, like cartoons, which is vulgar, but to hint through that depiction, that there is another world, a refined world, from which Jesus came. Therefore, the idea about the worldliness was stored in church. The icons, the singing. Therefore, the icons could not be depicting the daily reality of a butcher shop or something like that. It didn't fit. Same thing, the music had to be refined, had to be hinting at celestial realms, whence Jesus came. The very scripture, the Psalms, and the biblical language is a poetical language. And therefore, they utilize this poetic language in their hymnography, in the description, or in the various hymns and songs and stichiras and all that, which would hint at another element, just like a poem. You read a poem, and it's quite a difference. If you like poetry, you get to see quite a difference. You read a poem, and then some kind of description, prosaic description, there's a big difference. You see that there are hints in poems, the word order, the metaphor, the rhythm, the rhyme. It all adds to a particular message, which is to be not of this world. All the language in church is poetic. That's why you cannot read the epistles as if you read a newspaper. Like the same thing you read a newspaper, the murderer came and then the policeman came and then the guns there and all that. And so the same way, you cannot read the epistles in the same way. There is objection. Some people say, doesn't it therefore estranges the man from daily reality? That Vatican II was concerned with that. That idea is that, well, all this poetical, all this other worldly stuff in churches is actually moving people away from the daily reality of society today, which should be elevated. But what are you going to elevate with? The result is they did not elevate the society. On the contrary, they lowered the church standard. Now Roman Catholic Church is falling apart. Well, once there was a big thing, but now it's actually one. And interesting, even the theologians, all that, they copy, they mimic Orthodox. They use they don't say any mass anymore, say liturgy. The whole synod, they go crazy about icons. They spend millions of dollars to present paint icons. They adorn the Byzantine icons. Clearly, they're lost. So therefore, the embodiment of Orthodox or Christian apprehension of reality should be in church in such a way that the soul will deliberately be moved outside of the world. Whence came Jesus? In other words, it's a stepping stone to heaven. It came from heaven and it's so heaven. Of course, there are various styles. Since the 2,000 years of Christianity, various styles. But the whole idea of art of this ecclesiastical art, was to move the soul to the other world whence Jesus came from. Therefore, icon is the window into heaven.